Opening day festivities wrapping up, and we'll be back to get this season started right after this. Fellow baseball fans, and welcome. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the Cleveland Guardians taking on the Seattle Mariners. Along with my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. All right, partner, ready to go. Always a pleasure to get things started with you on opening day.
Well, Happy New Year, buddy. And anyone that's involved in baseball, even though it's not January 1st, this is the start of a new year. Every team has playoff hopes. I love this time of the year. I'm excited to get things going.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Almost ready to get underway. And on the hill, the lefty, Randy Johnson, one of the best strikeout pitchers in the history of baseball.
Yeah, Boog, he's got some of the best strikeout stuff in the history of the game. Over 4,000 career strikeouts. We'll see how many he's got today.
Ready to go now. Leading off, Grady Sizemore. Here's a 1-2. Got him looking for the strikeout. Fastball at the letters, frozen for strike 3. Now the left fielder, Stephen Kwan. Next pitch is outside. Bunting for a hit, he pops it up. To first, and he beats it. Well, Singy, that was really nice looking. Able to get it down and in a good spot.
And he makes it look easy. Bat angle was perfect. Barrel stayed above the hands. Could almost walk to first.
So, man aboard. Larry Doby digs in for the Guardians.
Kind of a throwback. No batting gloves.
Runner on the go. Got him swinging. Throw to second. Out there. And the inning is over.
The old strike him out, throw him out to end the inning, trying to force some action on offense, but he was all over it behind the plate.
Back in Seattle, today's starting pitcher, Cy Young. Chris, he is a fun one to watch do his thing out there.
Well, he comes in carrying a career ERA under 3. He's been fantastic ever since he broke into the big leagues. Can't wait to watch him pitch today.
Bottom of the first, and now for Seattle, Lee Lin. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game.
Boog, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
The pitch. Three-two. That one misses. So a leadoff walk. Now it's the shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Ball to strike. Swings through that one.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The 1-2. Right back to the mound. Could be an easy 2. There's one. Plenty of time at first. That's a double play.
Great job on the mound, fielding his position and making a good throw to second to get the double play started. Far too often we see pitchers have a hard time with that throw, but no issues right there. That's good practice paying off in a game and resulting in 2 big outs.
Ken Griffey Jr. up next for the Mariners. This guy with big-time power and an elite defender. Swings and misses. Now 1-2. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up.
The 1-2. In the air, left side. Kwan settles underneath it. Puts the squeeze on that one. And that is that. Mariners come up empty in their first try through an inning in Seattle. No score. Back at T-Mobile Park, top of the second. Now, Jim Thome.
First baseman, number 25, Jim Thome.
The pitch.
Nope. Outside.
Swing and a miss. Slider right there.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some guys.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Couldn't catch up to the heater. Here's Mike Zunino. And a 1-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
2 strikes.
One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And now 2 gone.
Yeah, there's no doubt, Boog. Electric stuff from the jump. I mean, there's just no messing around right now. It's still very early, but we could see a pretty impressive outing here if the strikeouts keep coming in the way they are. One thing you have to be aware of.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that'll do it.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Welcome back. Here's a big power threat. Edgar Martinez.
The first baseman.
This guy is an elite level hitter, especially considering contact and just the ability to hit for average. What you really like, though, stays in against those righties, and that's not so easy as a right-handed batter.
There's some players, for whatever reasons, they seem to just face a slew of right-handed pitchers, and their comfort level increased so much that they'd actually prefer to face that same side thrower in a tough situation.
In the dirt, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, most guys struggle against the same side, whether it's left on left or right on right, and this guy's an exception. On the ground, and Martinez is out. And now it's Julio Rodriguez. Julio Rodriguez, you're talking about one of the top young players in all of baseball, Chris. So talented, a Rookie of the Year, an All-Star, and a Silver Slugger.
And what I love about this kid is that he's all about the team. As much talent as he has, he could be focused on his individual numbers, but you can tell the way that he plays the game that they feed off of his energy.
That one fouled off. 2-2. Kicks and fires. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. That's out number 2.
I mean, there aren't many curveballs in the sport today that break like that thing does. Huge movement. It's so difficult to get on the same plane and even think about squaring it up, let alone get a piece and hope he throws something else to keep the at-bat alive.
And here is Kyle Seager. And that one lifted in the air center field. Sizemore pulls it down, and that's the inning. Mariners are down in order. We'll move to the third with no score. And welcome back. Top half of the third inning, and now it's Ahmed Rosario. The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. And a count 1-2. The pitch. That one missing inside.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Next offering away upstairs. This to center field. Griffey gets under it. One away.
The third baseman.
Here's Jose Ramirez. Started after it. Appeal to first. He went around, says Rusty Valentine. Top of the third, no score. And he dodges that fastball.
Well, you've got to establish the inside part of the plate early, and that sends a message not just to this hitter, but to the rest of the guys in this lineup.
Two on the way. Got him. 2 out.
Just beautiful placement of the splitter right there. Exactly where you want it with 2 strikes to get that swing and miss. And he's worked very hard to be able to command that pitch. It's a tough pitch to get a grip on, but he's one of the best at throwing it where he wants to.
So 2 down now, and here is Oscar Gonzalez. Going to count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The wind of the pitch. Bounce to the left side. And that'll do it. Guardians go down 1-2-3, and we are still scoreless. Back here at the ballpark, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's the Mariners DH, Eugenio Suarez. 2-2. On the ground to third. Ramirez sends it to first. 1 up, 1 down.
Batting it, the right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
And now Teoscar Hernandez. Ball to strike. The pitch. There's a swing and a drive. And it hits the base of the wall. Kwan throws to second, and that's a double.
This was a really nice swing. Didn't quite get enough behind it to get it out of here, but once it got over his head in left field, it was extra bases all the way. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
One out, runner at second. Now the Mariners catcher, Cal Raleigh. The 1-1. Fouls one off out of play, back to our left. Sets him down on strikes. Not sure about that call. Pitcher might have gotten a friendly strike 3.
Most guys are very aggressive when they see the stakes out there on the base paths and can't understand why he wasn't ready to swing the bat. You've got to be ready to swing the bat in a situation like that with the go-ahead run in scoring position.
Back to the top of the lineup, and up next for Seattle, Lee Lin, trying to pick up his first knock in the big leagues. Swings and misses. That is strike 2. Looking for his first big league hit right here. Man on second, 2 down. This one in the dirt. And the runner stays where he is. 2 down. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. He swung over top of the curveball.
A lot of adrenaline. We can see it right there. And sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Back in Seattle, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Grady Sizemore.
You know, these Guardians just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Quite the start to this game on the mound. Looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch-outs already, so this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
Stepping up for the Guardians, Stephen Kwan. Next pitch is inside, and a count 2-1.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
And that one is lifted in the air. Griffey in pursuit. 2 up, 2 down.
Now that designated hitter, Larry.
And next is the designated hitter, Larry Doby. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. The 1-1. In there for a strike at the top of the zone. That one off the mark. The count now 2-2.
I don't know how you take that one after the called strike on the corner, just a little bit off the edge.
He goes down looking. Guardians fail to score, and we're still knotted at 0. Bottom of the 4th at the plate, J.P. Crawford.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Yeah, the 2-1 hammered but foul.
Well, these Mariners, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
No, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
So up next, Ken Griffey Jr. He's 0 for 1.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
The wind and the pitch. That one just misses. Out towards right center field. Jimenez on his way over. Reaching for it. Makes the catch.
Now at first baseman, Edgar Martinez.
Edgar Martinez, the next to hit. Grounded out his first time up. Goes down looking. And 1-2-3 go to Mariners. Still no score. Back at T-Mobile Park, new inning getting started. Now the 4-hole hitter for the Guardians, Jim Thome. The 1-1 is fouled off.
You know, these Guardians, they're not going to be happy with the at-bats they've been having so far. Just one base runner to this point, and it's not exactly early anymore. They have guys in this lineup capable of sparking something, but it just hasn't happened for them yet.
Thome checks his swing. Appeal down to third, and that's going to be ruled a swing.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Here's the catcher to hit, Mike Zunino. The 1-1 is fouled off. There's a line drive to left field. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. And there's 2 down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Next one off the plate inside. And now 3-1.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
And that's ball 4.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Blows the high heat past him. That's a strikeout. 1 left for the Guardians. Halfway through this one, still no score. Welcome back. Bottom of the inning. Here's a speed threat. Julio Rodriguez. One of the things that's cool is Rodriguez, even as young as he is, has formed kind of a neat relationship with Ichiro Suzuki. They met back in 2019 when Julio asked to take a photo with Ichiro, and the relationship has grown since then. The 1-2. Can't can't connect on the curveball, struck him out.
Tell you what, those are the types of guys pitchers really like to punch out when they're on the mound, because if they get on, just the distraction that they create with all that speed over on the base pass, it could take away your focus from the next hitter, and that's the last thing you want to do is serve up a pitch that a guy hits over the fence, and it's a multi-run home run.
Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
Well, no surprise that as a kid, Julio Rodriguez says he admired Alex Rodriguez, Manny Ramirez, David Ortiz, and Ichiro Suzuki, among others, as far as guys he looked up to in the big leagues. And those are some pretty good players, in my opinion.
Now the designated hitter.
Only 2 hits allowed so far tonight, Boog, so I don't think that one will disrupt his momentum all that much. You know, he's really been on top of his game, commanding his pitches all night long.
Hey, Eugenio Suarez up to hit now. 0 for 1 so far. The pitch. Foul ball there.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of a double play here.
And a pitch. Teoscar Hernandez in the on-deck circle. The pitch. And he walked him.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound, but you know, his confidence should still be high enough to get out of this, but he's going to have to buckle down right here.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. Doubled his first time up. And that one is inside.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
Seager, the lead runner at second. Suarez at first. 1 gone. And that is in for a strike. 3-2 now.
As a hitter, you don't know what to expect here in the 3-2. If he'll throw a breaking ball 3-1, he'll do it again 3-2.
3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Unafraid to throw it right there. That's trusting your stuff. Just 1 out away from getting out of a huge jam.
And now the catcher comes up to him. Cal Raleigh. 2 outs. Knocks it down. But they get the out at first, and that'll do it for the inning. 2 left on. We're through 5, and we still have no score. Top 6. So in now for Cleveland, Jose Ramirez.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
The lefty ready, and a 1-1. Hit on the ground to the right side. Steps on first for the out.
Up next for Cleveland, the right fielder, Oscar Gonzalez.
And now the right fielder, Oscar Gonzalez. Grounded out to short in his first trip. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Way inside, and that hit him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him.
That's one of those lookout pitches. As soon as it leaves the pitcher's hand, you start bracing for impact, knowing that it's going to be hard to get out of the way of that one.
Left-hand hitter waits. Lifted in the air, right field. Hernandez ranging after it. 2 away now.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
The left fielder, Stephen Kwan.
Stephen Kwan digs in for the Guardians. The MO for him is contact. A guy who's going to deliver average, not a ton of power. He's looking to hit a line drive somewhere.
Well, that's why it's a team. And when you look at a lineup, he's a great 2-hole hitter or a guy that you could put at the bottom to help turn that lineup over to have some momentum for your top hitters coming up to the plate. He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
1-2. And down on strikes. 3rd out. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. And we still have no score. And welcome back. Bottom of the 6th. Here's the Mariners leadoff man, Lee Lin. Swing and a miss. In the count 1-2. And now 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And now 1 away.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. That's his 2nd strikeout.
Tasked with 1, 2, and 3 to start this inning, but no trouble so far. I'm sure he'd love to strike out the side here. Make a little statement, but you got to be composed in this spot. Focus on getting this next guy. You got 2 good outs. Want to get the 3rd one and avoid the middle of that lineup coming up with a base runner. Could become dangerous.
And here is Ken Griffey Jr. The 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 3 up, 3 down. Inning over. Back here at the ballpark. And now the DH, Larry Doby.
Well, you get to this part of the order. Yeah, there's some pop there, but more likely there's some base hits. So very important to be patient. Let the pitcher walk you, if he will. So important for him to control the heart rate right now. He's got to go through the heart of this lineup.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Ripped to first, caught.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
So next will be the 4-hole hitter for the Guardians, Jim Thome.
He's a big, strong guy, can untie this game with 1 swing.
Back to work, 3-2 now. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat.
Well, they've had a great plan of attack for him tonight. I mean, finding all the holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. You strike out a guy 3 times in a game, I think that guy's got to go back and really study some video with his hitting coach, figure out how they're beating him, make this adjustment really quick because word will get around.
And a swing and a miss, and good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Back in Seattle, bottom of the 7th. And here's the first baseman, Edgar Martinez. Singy, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He's the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field.
Next pitch misses, and now it's 3-2.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
Righty to the plate. It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run.
That could jumpstart an offense that's really struggled to score in this one. Don't want to wake a team up with the free pass.
So digging in, Julio Rodriguez. The next offering misses, and it's 2-1.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
And the right-hander deals. Swing and a miss, and now 2-2.
Knowing that the pitcher wants a ground ball double play opportunity here, you've got to lay off pitches down in the zone. Right there, swinging at that pitch, that's a no-no.
At the belt and fires. And a swing and a miss. 1 out.
Well, tough night at the dish. Punching out for the 3rd time right there. He just hasn't looked very comfortable at the plate. A little unsure of his timing right now. Not picking up the spin and location of these pitches. We'll have some adjustments to make.
And stepping in for the Mariners, Kyle Seager. One now. Breaking ball through there for a strike. The 1-2. Swings and misses. Struck him out. Pulled the string on the changeup.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Eugenio Suarez up to the plate now. 2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. And a foul ball. Right-hander kicks, deals. Got it by him for the K.
I think the key is arm action on the changeup. When you can sell it like a fastball, you drop the velocity, you get the swing and miss, and you walk off the field.
Back at T-Mobile Park, we go to the 8th. Now it's the second baseman, Andres Jimenez. The wide to kick the pitch.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
Some activity in the Mariners bullpen. Penn Murphy, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Got a hard-throwing right-hander up as well. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The 1-2. Got him swinging. A big performance on the mound. Lots of strikeouts. That was number 14.
Yeah, clearly trusting his stuff in this one, Boog. Feeling really good about what he's working with, and that really allows a guy to attack hitters. You know, such an important mindset to have out there on the mound, especially when you're ahead in the count with 2 strikes.
And up next for Cleveland, Ahmed Rosario. Here's a 1-1. That one missed.
2 balls, 1 strike.
The 2-1. Fought off foul. Next offering upstairs. Jose Ramirez next to bat for Cleveland. The wind of the pitch. And he chases that one. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th.
Well, we see it a lot more these days than we ever did when I played, but a slider in the 90s still catches your attention. Even if you're sitting on the pitch, good luck recognizing that tight spin and adjusting to the late break.
Now it's Jose Ramirez. Next pitch is outside. And here it comes.
Outside, that's a ball.
Oscar Gonzalez on deck for the Guardians. Next offering is fouled back. And now the lefty struck him out swinging. Gassed it right by him. Scott Service brings on a pinch hitter, Ty France. He represents the go-ahead run. And now it's even up.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good job to fight that one off. And the pitch. Upstairs.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Cal Raleigh to bat next. And a 3-2. That one is absolutely belted way back there. And in one hops the wall. Sizemore with a quick throw back in, and that holds the go-ahead run at second base.
All over that one right there. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask. Now a good opportunity to potentially jump ahead in this game here in the later innings.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he will make a move to dip into the Guardians bullpen. Cy Young out of the game, and he was excellent. Really controlled this game on the mound, and we'll have a new arm for you in a minute. So they turn things over to the righty, Cal Quantrill.
For the Guardians, number 47, Cal Quantrill.
Now a move being made at second base. On a pinch run for Seattle, Dylan Moore. Runner in scoring position, no outs. Cal Raleigh up next for the Mariners. Hard hit left side. Fires across the diamond. One gone to the bottom of the 8th.
The batter, the second baseman,
Lee Lynn up next for the Mariners.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
1 out. The go-ahead run is at second. The 1-1 is fouled off. Quantrill back to work. This one popped up. Quantrill brings it in, and there's 2 away.
The batter, number 3, shortstop, J.P. Crawford.
J.P. Crawford gets a chance to hit. Quantrill back to work. And he grounds one to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Mariners leave 1. It's the 9th, and we are tied. So coming into the game now on defense, Dylan Moore. He takes over in right. Penn Murphy comes on now.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
Number 56, Penn Murphy.
Oscar Gonzalez digs in for the Guardians.
The right fielder, Oscar Gonzalez.
That misses the zone. 3 balls and a strike. Grady Sizemore next to bat for Cleveland. And the righty deals. And a swing and a miss.
That's a really big swing right there. He's got to remember, with this speed, a walk or a single can turn into extra bases by stealing a base or 2.
Here comes a pitch. Got him! And 1 out now.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
So the Guardians lineup turns over. Grady Sizemore digs in for the Guardians.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Next offering is in for a strike. Action in the bullpen for Seattle. Matt Brash appears to be getting ready for manager Scott Service. And a swing and a miss. And there's 2 away.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Stephen Kwan digs in for the Guardians. Lifted in the air, right center field. Moore makes the play, and that is that. 3 up, 3 down for him there. Heart of the order, 3, 4, 5 will get their shot in the bottom of the 9th. And we still have no score. Welcome back. So bottom of the 9th, and now the center fielder, Ken Griffey Jr. Swing and a miss. Action in the pen down there. Emmanuel Clase up and throwing for Terry Francona. Next one just misses. And the count's full. Edgar Martinez up next for the Mariners. Swing and a high fly ball. That one out towards left center field. Way back there. Makes the catch up against the wall.
Man, I love that route. The ball was smoked. He knew he had to get back to the track right away. Turned his back on the infield. Got to the spot. Turned around and made a nice catch.
On the ground to third. Ramirez sends it to first. And Martinez is out.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
Here's the left fielder, Julio Rodriguez.
Now, this guy, a player that, if he gets on base, has the ability to really be aggressive getting around the base paths.
Hard ground ball, base knock.
Breaking ball down and in. Did a nice job of just catching out in front. I like that he didn't spin off the ball by opening up that front hip too early.
And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Next to hit, Kyle Seager. Left-hand batter waits. And a count 1-2.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Quantrill ahead 1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. 2 outs, but the winning run is at first. Now that's smacked to right center. Out of here. Ball game. He sends it out of here. And the Mariners walk it off.
Hitting a walk-off homer is the kind of thing you dream about growing up. You're in the backyard, you're creating the most pressure-packed scenario, and what do? You come through with the big swing. Well, he was living a childhood moment right there. Nice swing of the bat, nice win for the team.
2-0 your final here in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Our final line score. First for the victorious Seattle Mariners. 2 runs on 5 hits. No errors. They left 5 men on base. For Cleveland, no runs, just 1 hit. No errors. They left 3 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 23 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance at T-Mobile Park, 47,715. The Mariners thank you for your patronage and remind you to please buckle up and drive home safely.